It is the appointed time. The meeting is convened. We will proceed with the election of chairman and deputy chairman of the panel on economic development for the 2022 session. A notice has been issued by the Secretariat that as at the close of the nomination period for chairmanship, only one valid nomination was received. The member nominated is Mr. Jimmy Ng. The nomination was made by me, Jeffrey Lam, and seconded by Ms. Eunice Yong. Mr. Jimmy Ng has not been elected as the chairman or deputy chairman of other panels. He's not the chairman or deputy chairman of any related government advisory bodies. In accordance with the rules of procedure and the House rules, I announce Mr. Jimmy Ng elected the chairman of the panel on economic development for this session. Congratulations, Jimmy. Please step forward and preside over the meeting. Thank you, members, for your support. Now let's proceed to the election of Deputy Chairman of Panel on Economic Development for this session. A notice has been issued notifying members that as at the end of the nomination period for Deputy Chairmanship, only one valid nomination was received. That is Mr. Kennedy Wong, nominated by Mr. Holden Chow and seconded by Mr. Stephen Ho. Mr. Kennedy Wong has not been elected as the chairman or deputy chairman of other panels, nor is he the chairman or deputy chairman of any related government advisory bodies. In accordance with the rules of procedure and the House rules, I announce Mr. Kennedy Wong elected the deputy chairman of the panel on economic development for this session. Congratulations, Kennedy. Item 2. Days of meetings for this session. In the previous session, this panel would conduct the regular meeting at 10:45 a.m. on the fourth Monday each month. If it is agreeable to members, please consider endorsing the tabled timetable. On Valentine's Day, 14th of February, the meeting shall begin at 9 a.m. That's the policy briefing. So I think you can still celebrate Valentine's Day after the meeting. About the 6 days, any objections? If not, the Secretariat will issue a notice about the meeting schedule and the agenda to members. Item 3, items for discussion at the next meeting. On the Valentine's Day, rather the 14th of February, we will receive the briefing, and also we will have the debate on the motion of thanks about the policy address. The Secretariat has reserved 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. on that day for us to receive the briefing on policy address by the Secretary for Commerce and Economics Development and the Secretary for Transport and Housing. Is the arrangement agreeable? Thank you. The next regular meeting. The administration proposed to discuss at our regular meeting on the 28th of February this year the 2022-23 work plan of the Tourism Board. Do members have any suggestions about other topics? Mrs. Regina Ip, I think we have to discuss the cruise cruiser business. Now everything is at a standstill. We have a cruiser company which has gone bankrupt, another moved to Singapore. We spent billions to build the terminal. So that's a waste. Now for the tourism industry, they receive a 500 subsidy for every staycation guest and also for local tours. Well, why can't we give the tourism agency $1,000 per head for local cruises? And also, if a crew member is infected, then cruises will suspend for 21 days. Well, we don't have that rule for the electrical. Why so harsh on them? Ms. Eunice Yung, I would like to talk about the economic development prospects for our integration into the GBA. As mentioned in the House Committee, I would like to discuss how we can integrate with the GBA development, and I would like to talk about a short, medium, and long-term strategy. Well, maybe we don't have a subcommittee for that, but I would like to discuss the topic on this panel. Under the 14th Five-Year Plan, we have to promote the GBA's development, and INT is closely related to economic development as well. So that's my suggestion. Mr. Holden Chow. Chair, I would like to discuss as soon as possible the topic about the government's temporary job openings for the tourism industry practitioners. 2,000 temporary jobs were available for them in previous waves. I think this is a good plan. I hope the chair can relay this message to the secretary. Last time we have 2,000 job openings for tourism industry practitioners. In this new round, we have job openings like vaccination centers and so on. Can we provide some jobs for people working in industries hard hit? Thank you. Thank you. Next, Mr. Yu. Thank you, both members, for supporting the tourism industry. Of course, fighting the epidemic is the priority. Still, we have to keep the economy up and running. The tourism industry has been at a standstill. We hope the pandemic can be put under control and we can resume local tours. With zero income, I don't think anyone can continue operating the business. So we would like to know to which point when we will have the conditions to resume businesses. We have to strike a balance between fighting the epidemic and the economy. Thank you. Next, Mr. Jeffrey Lam. As the Chief Executive said, the fight against the epidemic is the responsibility of everyone in Hong Kong. However, we saw from recent incidents that government officials have made mistakes. Well, we had a very optimistic prospect for 2022. However, we have to look at the situation again. We think we will need the principal moratorium plan in this year. About the economic impacts brought about by the Delta variants, which entered the community via hamsters, I hope we can have a realistic estimation. We don't want to hear talks like we have to wait and see. It all depends on how the pandemic pans out. Well, the connection with the outside world is our lifeline. If we are not connected with the world, then the investments will go elsewhere. So this is a critical point. I hope that we can have a discussion about this topic on the Valentine's Day. I want concrete ideas from the governments. We don't want them to just give us some half-hearted measures. Mr. Stephen Ho, I agree we should discuss about the integration with the GBA. We have had a GBA office for several years now. I don't know what it is doing. I think we have to ask the office to come and tell us about their positioning. Well, they don't know anything about the agriculture and fisheries industries. They don't know about the law. So maybe maybe we should ask them to give us a written report about what they have been doing. And Mr. Terry Yu, he's representing the tourism industry. Well, we have rolled out 5 rounds of anti-epidemic fund already. Should we continue rolling out the fund? Shouldn't we help some industries to transition into other businesses? Some businesses are still waiting for the resumption of cross-boundary travel and relaxation of social distancing measures. However, I don't think we can afford to sit and wait. The government has to take a visionary approach and deal with the issue. Mr. Lam, Professor Nelson Lam, thank you. About the GBA office, the government has many representatives in the mainland and overseas. I think we have to review the positioning of these offices to achieve a maximized effect on economic promotion or business promotion. Now, with the advance of technology, can we adopt innovation technology to facilitate registration and other procedures in the GBA? Is the government prepared to roll out these platforms? Thank you. Next, Mr. Kennedy Wong. Thank you, Chair. Well, this is not an urgent item. I hope in the first half of the year, the government can brief us on our ascension to RCEP. I would like to know the progress. We are an international trade center. Now, the largest, this largest body has the largest free trade zone has come to place already. So I hope the government can give us a progress report. How we are doing in terms of ascension. Are there any obstacles that we are facing? Thank you. Mr. Yim Gong. Thank you, Chair. I hope in this year we can have a discussion about how we can sustain our status as an international logistics terminal. The throughput has been dropping recently, and there are competition in the region. It won't do us much good if we just think that this is a slogan. Can we integrate our terminal business with the GBA? Thank you. The last member, Dr. Wendy Hong.
Echo 幾位同事。
Well, Chairman, I'd like to echo what members said. The tourism sector is in deep freeze, and they need every support that we can give them. Post COVID, I'm sure that tourism can be restored. In 2020, we used to have 6 million people. I don't think we can go back to that level post-COVID. How much longer do we need to subsidize this sector? I think that there may be a need to restructure the tourism sector. We should help the practitioners to reinvent themselves. Now we keep talking about the manpower issue. Shouldn't we restructure the manpower, and we should allow the practitioners to reinvent themselves in some ways? There should be more macro perspective with which to guide this sector. All right. If members have any further views, you're welcome to get this in to me in writing so that I can arrange for them to be on the agenda. I think that's it for item 3. Item 4, any other business, any AOB item you'd like to bring up? If not, the meeting is now adjourned. Thank you all very much.